Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing week 15 of the local tournament reports. This week I ended up taking Shaddoll Dogmatika. This is a really fun deck to try out, and it did pretty well. I did end up getting top 4. I finished second place. I did end on a kind of weird record in Swiss, but my locals is a lot smaller. I think there's only about 16 people, but I did go 2-0-2 and managed to get the top. And then in top 4 I did win my match, getting second place, so I finished 3-0-1 or 3-0-2, sorry. And yeah, I'll be going over the matchups really quickly, and then I'll do a quick deck profile and then a small pack opening for prize at the end. And then yeah, let's go and get right into the matchups. So round 1 I put against Adventure Punk, and I was able to get that 2-0. Window was just the MVP in most of my matches, along with Nibiru. Just crazy cards. Round 2 I did play another Adventure Punk, but that was my first draw. It just went to time and couldn't deal any damage. Then round 3 I put against Despia. That was my second draw. We went to time, and this duel will be on the channel later on. We went into time. I declared battle phase before time was called, and he super polyed me in battle phase. Then I super polyed him in battle phase, and then he Bookamooned me, and I only had one monster to attack, which was super unfortunate. But you know, it is what it is. So I got the draw there, and then in round 3 I played against, or round 4, sorry, I played against Salmon Gray. I ended up getting that 2-0. Of course, Winda just wins the game sometimes. And then top 4, I played against Adventure Orchist, which is kind of a weird deck, but it was really cool to play against. Really awesome combo lines, and really fun to see that sort of deck. It did end up getting that 2-1. So yeah, and I finished second like I was saying. So I'll go ahead and get into the deck profile really quickly. If this helps you out, consider leaving a like, comment if any questions or suggestions, and if you're new, consider subscribing. Starting off with the main deck, we got 3 Windy, the best spammer, so to say. It always replaces itself either by flipping or card effect. You're always going to get a special summon from the deck, unless of course they have Ash. Then only 2 Squamata. This is the Foolish Burial for the Shaddolls, and if it's flipped, it destroys a monster, so very nice. Then 2 Hedgehog, searches a spell, and if it's sent by card effect, searches a monster. Really nice to get the names to your hand if you need it for like the polys. Then we got 1 Beast for draw power, of course, 1 Dragon for back row hate, and if it's flipped, you can return 1 face-up card in the field to the hand. And then 1 Aerial, actually came up a few times, really nice, being able to banish a lot of the important cards from the graveyard. And then if it is flipped, I can special summon a Banish Shaddoll. Off to the Dogmatika portion of the main monsters. I decided to run 3 Ecclesia. Now, in future builds, I might bump this down, just because at first I was going to run the Trap card, but I kind of figured that would really hurt me later down the road, because it doesn't let you special summon from the extra deck until the next turn. So I will probably end up cutting that down to 2, but I'm not too sure just yet. And then of course the 1 Fleur-de-Lis and the 1 Maximus, just because you're able to get your Shaddolls to the graveyard, and very nice. Then for the hand traps, I ran a lot of hand traps, and you know, they do what they do. Really helped out a lot. 3 Ash Blossom Joy Spring, and then I should be running 3 Cyframe Gamma and the 1 Driver, but I only had 2, so definitely bumped that up to 3. But it did help out only once during the tournament, and I hardly ever saw it, so definitely run at 3. I'm sure if I had it at 3, it would have been a little bit more consistent. And then to Nibiru. Now, I think 2 was a good ratio, but again, if you want to bump it up to 3, that's fine. This came in clutch so often. It was ridiculous. Helped me win so many games. It was awesome. Then for the spells, 3 Shaddoll Fusion and 3 El Shaddoll Fusion, along with, of course, 2 Super Polys. Now, I sided the third one, but you can take out an El Shaddoll and put in a third Super Poly. Then 2 Nadir Servant, of course, to get your Shaddolls to the graveyard and to get your Dogmatika engine going. And then 2 Twin Twisters for back row hate, of course, and the 1 Call by the Grave. That'll do it for the spells. Then 3 Infinite Impermanents for another hand trap. And just the 2 standard Shaddoll cards, Schism and Incarnation. Now this is a 41 card main deck. Wasn't too sure what I could cut, so I just kept it at 41. But if you do want to keep it at 40, you'll just have to remove something. Going to the extra deck really quickly. Of course, the MVP of the extra deck, Winda. If the opponent does not have the out, it's just a huge pain for him. Then Apkalone, being able to get a negate and getting a Shaddoll card from your deck, and usually getting a Shaddoll effect by the discard effect is very nice. And one you don't see too often, only made it one time, but still I think it was a really awesome little tech, just because you do run the Ash Blossom and you might run into some fire attributes for Super Poly. The Gristia, it negates special summons. It's kind of like a warning by discarding a Shaddoll card from your hand. And then, of course, the 2 Shaddoll Construct. The extra deck was pretty tight. You should probably definitely run that at 3. I just didn't really know what to take out for the 3rd Construct. But I'll probably end up taking out a Link or something, just because I don't go into them too often. So then for the Super Poly targets, we got the Draco's Stapelio and the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, of course. And one card I'm definitely going to take out and put in a Shikinaga, because there was a lot of times where I really needed to get rid of an Earth attribute, and I just didn't have the target. But I was running the 1 Side Frame Lord Omega, but this I'm going to replace with a Shikinaga for sure. Just never went into this. Of course, running the Gamma package, if you do get to use it on your turn, you can go into Omega, but never came up, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to either put another Construct or Shikinaga. Most likely the Shikinaga for sure, though. Then the Gravity Controller and the Phoenix. Probably take out the Phoenix to put in the 3rd Construct, or even the Selene, Queen of the Master Magicians. The whole thing with that was if I summon it, I can bring back Construct because it just targets a spellcaster, but never came up, so I'll probably end up taking this out instead of the Nightmare Phoenix, just because Phoenix can come in pretty clutch. Then, of course, the 1 Unicorn, and if you have excess Code Talker, definitely run that over Borrelsword Dragon. I just do not have access to one at the moment. And for the side deck, really quickly, we got the 2 Effect Veiler, 3 Lancia, came up a few times, really nice. I have a few PK players at my locals, so very nice to keep it in for those. And then 2 Gamma, I sided in this a lot, and it came up quite often. The 1 Pankratops, 2 Triple Tactics Talents, the 3rd Super Volley, 2 Evenly Matched, and the 2 Dimensional Barrier. For the side deck, of course you can change that up in any way for your locals, but for mine specifically, it was fine. So yeah, that was the deck profile, and I'll really quickly do the pack opening real quick. We got a few here. A couple of the Dimension of Chaos, or Dimension Force, Battle of Chaos, Legendary Duelist, and 2 OTS. There was a few ultis pulled, so I don't think I'm going to get anything from my packs. Looks like a super. Yeah, Token Collector, not a bad super rare. And for the last OTS, not expecting too much. Still looking for an ulti, but doesn't look like it this time. Yeah, just the Monk of the Tenny. So hopefully the packs can redeem it a little bit. If I can get it open. Alright. So the Marine Cess cards, Double Shark, and the Legendary Fisherman. Just a rare out of that one. And just another rare Marine Cess Trap. Unfortunate. So hopefully get something above a super rare. It's been a while since I've actually pulled anything from prize, but it happens. So Battle of Chaos. And there you go. A secret rare. I don't think it's any good, but sells ban. Gotta check that out, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the cheaper secrets, but hey, it is a secret rare for the channel. Pretty nice. Make sure that there's nothing else, because I think the Dark Magician comes at the end of the pack there. Alright, for the 2 packs of Dimension Force, see if I can get anything decent. Just a super out of that one. Alright, for the last pack, can't complain, got a secret, but if I can get an Ultra here, it would be pretty nice. But nah, just another super rare. So nothing crazy. Again, I might put a little price up here for this card, probably $1 or $2. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.